evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the evening forum of today. First of all, I would like to thank to all the audience in front of me. Thank you very much for attending the forum for today. Our issue is, should baby be vaccinated? First of all, let me introduce to all of you about our panels for today, because most of them have a lot of knowledge and also experiences about this topic that we will discuss. Right on my left is a mother for a baby that had been vaccinated, Madam Lim. Hi Madam, how are you today?
Yes, I'm fine. Good morning to the moderator and doctor.
Okay, beside me is Dr. Fakhrunisha Hoima. She is the very experienced doctor, and what made our forum so special today is our special invited representative of the anti-vaccine community, Miss Nick Ashikin. But she will be not with us today because we will going through your call. So thank to all the panels for attending our forum today. So hope all of you will in pink of health. With me, Siti Novara, as your moderator today. Each year, the vaccination coverage of most childhood vaccine in Malaysia is between 94 until 98%. So, what is vaccination actually? So, vaccination is a treatment for which make the body become more stronger against a particular infection. There are three types of vaccine, which is inactivated vaccine, attenuated vaccine, and subunit vaccine. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome Madam, our first panel, Madam Lim. So, Madam, can you tell us about your opinion as a mother for vaccinated sons? Should baby be vaccinated?
Okay, thank you. Health of the baby take priority over all things for a mother. All mothers wish their children grow in a health. As a mother, I will make the right decision definitely in order to enable my baby free from disease and grow in a health. So, from my perspective, baby should be vaccinated. Firstly, the baby immune functions is immature and the antibody it produces are not enough to protect the body. In the first 3 months after the birth of the baby, some protective antibody obtained from the mother can protect my baby from disease. But after 3 to 5 months, this antibody will gradually decrease and disappear to zero. Level is the lowest. Therefore, after 3 months, especially 6 months, the baby is susceptible to various infectious diseases. After that, we all know prevention is better than cure. The disease prevented by baby vaccine are serious and even deadly, such as measles can spread to the brain, cause brain damage and death. Mum can cause permanent deafness, and polio can cause paralysis. Sadly, this disease have not disappeared. There is no treatment and no cure for diseases like measles, polio, and tetanus. The only way to protect your baby is to vaccination. Vaccination is very safe and effective. Vaccination not only protect your baby from the various infectious diseases, it also is very safe and effective. Vaccines are only given to baby after a long and careful review by scientists, doctors, and healthcare professionals. Of course, no agency and company will invest the money in a vaccine that causes worse health problems than it prevents. Vaccine will involve some discomfort and may cause pain, redness, and tenderness at the site of injections, but this is minimal the disease this vaccine prevents. Severe allergies are very rare. The disease prevention benefits of getting vaccine are much greater than the possible side effect for almost all babies. So we need to vaccinate our baby. Thank you.
Okay, I want to ask you, what if your baby is not? What happened to your baby if your baby is not vaccinated?
If my baby is not vaccinated, my baby should always stay away from the public in order to avoid infection. Due to this, the baby will lose a lot of opportunity to get the new experience and for a long time away from the public and social, it will affect my baby mental development. Thank you.
What happened to your baby if they did not get a vaccine?
My baby will easy to get infected by various diseases such as polio, measles, and tetanus, as I mentioned just now. Thank you for sharing.
Okay, beside me is Dr. Fakrunisha Hoima. She is the very experienced doctor.
Thank you so much, Ms. Siti, for giving me a chance to talk about this. So yeah, I'm a doctor, Fakrunisha, or you just can call me Dr. Nisha. So based on my experience working in hospital at KPJ, and I'm working in pathology unit. So in pathology unit, where you can see many experiments, many microbes under the microscope. So yeah, so I'm very expertise in this vaccine because I'm in the pathology unit. Okay, so what is vaccine? So vaccine is a substance used to stimulate production of antibodies and provide immunity against one or several disease. Prepared from the causative agents, which is the agent is reused from the bacteria or the virus itself. So and then it's a product or synthetic substitute treated to act as antigen to fight the virus, which is the harmful virus. The antigen can fight the harmful virus, and then act as antigen without inducing the disease. So yeah, there is no vaccine against the virus. A vaccine is a biological preparation that provide accurate immunity to a particular disease. So when you walk through the lab, especially in pathology lab, you can see all the experiment and all the treatment being used. From you take the sample from the patient, and then from that you can detect and you can know what type of virus they be attacked. An agent that resemble a disease-causing microorganism, and it's often made from microorganism and made from a weakened or kill form of the microbe. Its toxin or one of its surface protein. Okay, so to me, for a baby at 1 to 2 months, your baby should receive a vaccine. And yes, vaccine is good because it protects them from the following disease like hepatitis B and tetanus and whooping cough. So what just say she's agree with the vaccine because yeah, she has a baby and also have the children, and yeah, and the children and her children get vaccinated, right? So yeah, it's good to protect her children. So that's why vaccine should be taken.
So, Dr. Fakrunisha, what are side effects of taking a vaccine?
Okay, the good question. Thank you so much for asking that. Because nowadays, many anti-vax that reject vaccine because they believe that people can survive without vaccine, right? Okay, so the side effect after this one is side effect if you are taking the vaccine. Okay, first immunization are mostly mild and usually last 1 to 2 days. The most common side effect are fever. Usually after you take the vaccine, you can get the fever first, but it's okay. It's just to cure yourself, to protect yourself. Okay, so yeah, the most common temperature over like 38.5 degrees, and then you get the redness, swelling, and tenderness around the area where the needle went into the skin. That's normal because you've been injected by the needle, or I mean the the needle. So babies may be unsettled or sleepy, after immunization. Alright, so that's the side effect of taking after taking the vaccine. But you guys have to know that if you do not take the vaccine, you guys will get measles that can cause brain swelling, which can lead to brain damage or death. So we don't want our babies or our children to moms can and then next side effect of not taking vaccine is moms that can cause permanent deafness. Meningitis can also lead to the permanent deafness or brain damage. And lastly, polio. This is a such a famous disease. So as you can see in Twitter or Facebook, they are also trending with polio disease, right? So that polio can cause permanent paralysis, which is you will see yourself in the future where your bones will be curving. So that's so dangerous. That's all from me.
Okay, why baby get a fever after getting vaccine?
Okay, it's a good question. So many people are afraid to vaccinate their babies because of some babies after get vaccinated, like Madam Lim, your baby always get fever, right? After get vaccinated. So this has happened because of the babies have their own antibodies, and when we inject with weakened microbe and virus, the body the antibody inside the babies will recognize the virus, and then they try to make a new antibody to fight with the weakened virus. So that from that when in the process of the fighting, the body will increase the temperature. So usually a baby will get easy to get a fever because of this fighting process. I mean, okay, that's all. Thank you for asking.
So what can we conclude from Dr. Fakhrunisha said just now is a vaccine typically contain an agent that resembles a disease causing microorganism, and is often made from a weakened or killed form of microbe. At 1 to 2 months of a baby should receive vaccine to protect them from hepatitis B or tetanus. So, but there are some people refuse vaccination. So now, let's move to our next panel, which is Miss Nick Ashikin. She will comment on the topic, should baby be vaccinated, to represent the anti-vaccine community. Ladies and gentlemen, what made our forum so special today is our special invited representative of the anti-vaccine community, Miss Nick Ashikin. But she will be not with us today because she will be with us through an online video call.
Thank you to the moderator for having me. Okay, before we start the forum, and I give my opinion as a anti-vax, why the baby should vaccinate or not. Okay, first at all, parents are increasing giving vaccination a myth for their kids. However, far from pleasure with the trends, the point of the rising risk of children getting stricken, which prevents the disease. Some feel that risk has been heightened by the presence of migrant workers in the country whose vaccination status is not known. In my research, among reasons for vaccination refusal were doubt over the safety or vaccine consents that believes that homeopathy medication and traditional remedy should not be mixed with modern medicine and halal concerns. At hospital consultant neurologist Dr. Irene Chase said the process of avoiding vaccination, some parents are also reject vitamin K injection. As a result, one baby vaccination, one baby died from bleeding in the brain. To cause bleeding, suffer brain damage a few months ago. The injection is given birth to cause bleeding on the brain, gut, which could be like straining or like to delay development such as we as anti-vax, why we against to vaccine children underage, because may cause some effects, for example pain, swelling or redness where the shot was given, mild fever, chest, feeling tired, hand itches, muscle joints acne. Most common side effects are signs that your body is starting to build immunity prevention against a disease. As it's turned out, vaccines are almost always safe for most children, but there are a few scenarios that may delay or even skip a vaccination. First, one of the main reasons to avoid vaccination your children is several allergic reaction to a pure vaccine or part of vaccine. Second is AIDS allergy. Vaccine against the flu and MLS virus are made in chicken eggs. One way to give flu should to kids who are allergic to it is have to vaccine administration in slowly increasing dose by pediatric allergies. Third is a high fever. If your child is running a fever of 101 or higher, talk your doctor about whether you should delay or vaccine. This is not about because the shoot hurt the child, but the fever could make it hard to tell if it's also having an adverse reaction to the vaccine. Other than its asthma or lung condition, kids with asthma or other lung condition should be first in line of getting a flu shot each year, because the flu can spell big trouble for those with breathing difficult. But you should avoid nasal version of the flu vaccine. If your child is taking risk high dose corticosteroids, which could overactive immunization, you should avoid Lyme virus vaccine, including nasal flu vaccine, rotavirus, MMR, until a couple of weeks after she stopped taking the steroid. Lastly, in general, kids with HIV should get vaccination as long as their immune system is not severely compromised. Okay, the 5 vaccine to never give a child before you take a risk of vaccination your child, because inform on each vaccine is dose, ingredient, risk and side effects. Here are the big 5 First, allosteric flu vaccine, chickenpox vaccine, MMR vaccine, and DTaP vaccine, and lastly is a HPV vaccine. I think this all from me as the anti-vax, why we should against the children is not take a vaccine under. Thank you.
So, from what Ms. Nick Ashikain said just now, actually, the main reason why the anti-vaccinated people refuse to be vaccinated is there a side effect to baby after getting the vaccine, such as a redness and swelling at the site of injection. Next, serious side effect after vaccination is several allergic reaction. She also tells us about her research show that the European country electoral support like Greece and Italy have the highest percentage of people that refuse to get vaccinated. So, what can we conclude from our forum today is everyone has their own opinion. From my opinion, I think the baby should get vaccinated because there is a lot of research show that there is such a good side effect after baby get vaccinated. So thank you very much to all of panel to coming for our forum today. So I hope everyone gets such a informative and interesting info from us. So I will end our forum today, our forum this evening, and thank you.